Everybody, and welcome back. So, were a few things were pointed out to me, and I found out a lot of things on my own. So let's go ahead and jump into that. First of all, I found a whole bunch of documents that I had just missed for whatever reason, and I found out how to pick this up. The pieces will fall apart. I can't carry them around this way. I didn't see these drawers the first time, but I didn't see that chest the first time. No. Open. Examine. We collected these rare insects to continue the experiments done about 80 years ago to enhance the hallucinogenic effects of the Devershade mixture. And they have become dangerous. They killed one of my assistants and another is in coma now. Their growth speed is unbelievable and they have started to infest the whole underground site. The reason we keep working with them is the hallucinogenic effect of their venom. It can greatly strengthen the impact of the Devershade, which is already significant, but not enough for our needs. Let me turn down the volume's a bit loud in my ears. So for some reason it's been doing that lately. There we go. Alright. But not enough for our needs. We require a stronger version of the human brain, and I believe more potent mixtures once existed, but were forgotten over time. There is a rumor that speaks of unearthly origins of these insects. I heard this from another of my assistants, and he learned that the story from one of our men. According to the rumor, they were brought to this world from outer space by insect-like creatures that can travel through space with their powerful wings. These creatures were intelligent, far more intelligent than us. They landed here a long time ago and dug tunnels hundreds of meters underground to gather the metals they needed. I don't know if this is true, and Mr. Curran doesn't say anything about him, which we've heard that name a million times, but he never says anything about it if we underline it. These insects are the same as the dead ones found in the strange wooden sculptures. I know these wooden sculptures, so that dead insect was one of these dangerous ones. But we need living ones, so we brought a few just to make a special synthetic mixture that imitates the substance the insects use to build nests in their original habitats. Let's try that. No. We covered the walls of some of the chambers with this adhesive mixture, and it was successful. Soon they started to build their own nests. But then with their incredible growth speed, they started to produce their own natural mixture. Now there are a lot of various sized nests in the site, along with the ones we place. They are building them with an alarming speed, so let's check this out. I know there is stuff to underline in the next page, because I've already done that, but now I can do it on camera. Right. When their numbers started to increase, they began to get aggressive and attack us. We tried to control them by killing some, but soon this realized wasn't a viable option. It seems there's a complex synthesis between them. If you kill the wrong one or even disturb them, they attack whoever draws near. They even attack their own nests. Since they are very rare and valuable insects, we dare not kill them blindly and risk complete failure through the loss of their nests. In fact, enemy damage to the insects was banned by Mr. Kerman. I actually believe they are more important to him than us, so I don't want to draw his horrible anger to myself by doing something stupid. As for the effect of their venom, a single bite doesn't kill anyone, except possibly those allergic to their venom, but a high dose of venom causes delirium, severe muscle spasms, and even death. Thankfully, after several tries, I managed to prepare something that can ward them off. I poured henbit, rue, heath aster, basil, geranium plants inside the mortar and pestle and added water, alcohol, and neem oil to the mixture. Found a formula, and then it just goes about over what they need. When this mixture is sprayed onto them, they immediately fly away. The effect is temporary, but this is a solution from now until something better is found. And Jacob Herbert. Can't remember how many things are in this, because I found a lot of different underlying things from when I was working off camera. I might say something about their patterns and how they act. There's one thing where he can say Howard says something about them putting human lives down or something, and then making them invaluable because of the insects. I know this hallucinogenic mixture used to alter consciousness by some natives around the world under different names. It has a very strong effect. Diverse. He didn't say anything about the others. It seems those without rank are nothing more than animals to them. Alright, that was what I was trying to trigger. I don't think this works. Underground site. Alright, no. Let's do this. Alright. Let's do this, because this is how they were supposedly brought there. No. And that's it for that one. Now we need to open this. We can get it, if I can back up enough to get it open. Pick it up. Roll of tape. That's pretty obvious what we should do with that. Let's close these and get them out of the way. No. No. Close it. Remember the other video, I always wonder why Howard wouldn't pick it up. And he has to be actually out of the close-up to pick it up, and then he'll tell you that, of course, you can't pick it up. Open this up. So, use the tape. Oops. Now I can pick up the entire paper. I also found this. There are 2 more documents after what I find in here that I need to redo. I think you can just open it. Alright. Thought there was something in here. There we go. It is impossible to work with the insects without protection. We've lost too many men that way, which slows the process considerably. The mixture I prepared wards them off for a short time, but is completely ineffective when they are angry, and their attacks are getting more dangerous as their numbers increase. A single bite is not dangerous unless one has an allergy to the venom, but if bitten many times simultaneously, the collective venom in the blood creates some kind of strong hallucinogenic effect and severe muscle spasms, until at last the person dies in pain. Reactions can vary from person to person, but 90% of the time the result is the same. I still don't know the reason, but it affects some people much worse than others. To prevent this problem, we brought some protective suits from the same place we get our chemicals. The owner has excellent connections and got them very quickly. If successful, this should speed up the experiment since we won't need to take any more long breaks because of insect incidents. I placed the suits inside the locked cabinet in the bedroom. First, I want to try them out on some of my men before giving them to everyone. Locked cabinet. Let's see if he'll say anything about how the mixture doesn't work. Alright, let's put that away. I don't think there's anything else in there that we really need. Stand up. There we go. I actually had the right idea earlier, but I was looking at the wrong pillow. And this is a long one. I haven't read this one. 10/9/2011. There is something strange down below. The sounds, they haunt me day and night. Everything started after this hellish insects came. They've killed 8 of our brothers to this point. We've thrown their bodies into the smoking pit, but I know this is wrong. Tried to insist that we should bury them properly. But Professor Jacob said this way is also beneficial to us. I didn't understand what he said. Sometimes he is a real monster. I can still see them in my dreams, their faces, eaten faces. They beg me to save them from their immeasurable pain. They are still there, waiting, down below, inside the ageless darkness of that pit. What madness not to bury them. Alright. Let's see if he'll say anything about being beneficial. Yeah, that was too quick. Oh well, he'll say it again. And when I look at the clue. I don't know if he'll do anything about the date or not. No. So this may be a very read-heavy video. We were told, this is 12/9/2011, we were not told about the bite or the anger of the insects. They seem like ordinary bugs, but they aren't. In their original habitats, they live their whole lives in the deepest part of caves, far from the reach of sunlight, so they are blind. They are also strong and vicious. If you get bitten too often at once, you will lose your mind for days, maybe weeks if you're allergic to their venom. Most of us were bitten by them, but who knows how many times. I cannot be sure if I'm even being bitten anymore. Delusion or reality, they are no different from me now, after all the things I've heard. They came here from some place in Africa. Nobody knows about their existence except us, not even the entomologist. Mr. Curran, the inhuman thing, he knew about them. He knows how many things unknown to anyone else, at least modern men. Any modern men. see they're blind, that might help. I think these are the same kind as the ones I found inside the wooden sculpture. Yes, we've already figured that out. Oh. So I don't know if we ever find out who Mr. Kerwin is. No. Okay, every now and then the insects attacked us. At first, we didn't know the reason for their aggression, but later Professor Jacob found out that they attack if you pose a threat to their nests. You cannot hide from them. They always know where and even who you are. And it seems they can differentiate. I just stumbled on that word for some reason. Differentiate us with these. Professor Jacob said they may be able to see, just not the same way we do. Maybe they have heat sensors or some other extrasensory organ that we cannot comprehend with science. Who knows? Professor Jacob seems troubled about them. It's obvious he didn't expect this. Maybe this. No. In 14/9/2011. I hear the sounds clearer now, though I still don't know what or who makes them, or where they come from exactly. At first they sounded harmless, natural noises, but now I know they are conscious, not just random sounds. They come in continuous, repeated, long, and short bursts, but I still can't tell just anyone. If they learn, I'll take my place among my friends inside the pit. They don't let anyone hinder the experiments. There is someone, a quiet and stubborn man named Ashmohead. I don't know. He seems troubled. I think he hears what I hear. I will try to speak with him. Ashmohead. Hearing sounds. Nope, let's move on. 16/9/2011. Yesterday, Murrows got attacked. He somehow managed to escape the flocks of angry insects and lock himself into one of the rooms. His horrible screams are still echoing inside my head. I wanted to save him. I tried to get him out, but Professor Jacob wouldn't let me. 3 people dragged me out, and everyone was evacuated immediately. There's no doubt we left him to die down there. Professor Jacob said there is no chance for him. He should be dead by now. This is insane. What are we doing with these things? They are much too dangerous. We cannot control them. Even 2.5 hours later, we could still hear the humming of the angry insects. Professor Jacob said we should take a break and send everyone away. Only Ashmohead, Henbook, and I stay as guards now, as we always do on Fridays. We normally guard this place in turns. One of us is always awake, while the other 2 sleep, and last night was no exception. Actually, only Ashmohead was awake. And in the dead of night, we were awakened by his crazed screams. He said he heard Murrows crying and begging us to help him. After a short while, I heard Murrows too, but Henbook couldn't hear a thing. He said our imaginations were running loose, and he went back to sleep. But Murrows was really crying down there. Ashmohead and I could clearly hear him. We tried to go down there, but realized the handle was gone. Professor Jacob must have taken it with him, or we found a handle. Or lever. So there's a handle that is used to be able to go down. I don't know why, and I know where the switch is. Artemer told me, and that's very I was looking in the right place, just not in the exact right place. And thank you for the tip. I'll definitely use it. I don't know why, but after a while I felt so sleepy I couldn't resist and soon fell into a sleep full of nightmares. In my dream, Ashmorehead and I were talking with Murrows. He was lying inside the disgusting mold of insect mud. This is really getting dark, and I like it. I do. I like it. I like how it's getting dark. And this is already darker than the last game. I don't remember what he said, but it was something about the endless, lavishly carved underground tunnels, streets, and buildings below us that were built long before the first human ever walked the earth. Let's see. There's something I saw that I want to underline. No. Well, looks like they're going crazy. He showed us the way to reach them. It was the pit. We climbed down using... Wait, what? I need to remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, there's those tunnels. It was the pit. We climbed down using only our bare hands. At the bottom, we walked along a large tunnel, sometimes seeing man old stone brick walls. Once I thought I saw the name of a church I knew carved into a stone, but I couldn't find it again. And there were some big archways along the way that had SPQR carved on them. This is the abbreviation of the Latin phrase, Senatus Populi, I don't know, the Senate and the people of Rome, is the official signature of the government of the ancient Roman Republic. Around us was pitch darkness, and I don't remember how we were able to find our way without a light source. At the end of the tunnel, we descended to a stairway with thousands of steps, and once again we had to climb down from an underground cliff. No. Alright, that paragraph should be good then. Let's try this. No. At last we reached a large dome-like place. It is impossible to imagine a building that far underground, but there it was. Every wall was filled with both beautiful and horrible depictions of undescribable things. And there we saw our brothers we thrown into the smoking pit. They were at varying degrees of decomposition, and it seemed as if they were all happily chewing something. Then they took us with them. Further, well, they're still alive. That's weird. Or they're somehow undead. I don't know. Further still through the more dim, silent underground tunnels. During this solemn procession, they played some strange instruments and muttered a crazy chant. The chant of the worm, which strangely Ashmorehead and I seem to know too. I can still remember it, and it makes me shiver every time I recite it. This is definitely interesting. Oh, let's do the instruments, because we knew about that. We ran into that in the last game. No. Chant of the worm? No. Fierce ghouls gather, and pale shades form, and all together this damn crowd. How I can chant of the worm. Alright, let's underline that. This is the chant that Mr. Bronwell kept repeating in his cell under the cabin. So that was Bronwell? I don't think I remember anything that ever suggested that. I thought he just ran in prisoner. I don't know where we're going, but yeah, they said they took care of him, so that makes sense. They said they took care of him in a document. That does make sense. I don't know where we're going, but we walked for a really long time. It's impossible to measure it, but it felt like we walked for hours. Damn, this reading is almost taking the whole damn thing. Then suddenly I felt a strange sensation that our destination was not a good one. My heart started to beat crazily for no obvious reason. I felt nauseous when I looked at him. Ashmerhead seemed the same. I don't remember what happened after that. I was soaked with sweat when I was woken by Professor Jacob, and there was no sign of Henbrook, even though we searched for him high and low. His bed was empty, and he was nowhere to be found. Later I spoke with Ashmerhead, and he said he had dreamed the same dream as me. I am not sure what to believe anymore. Ashmerhead and I have a theory about the disappearances of Henbrook that we will keep secret. 19/9/2011. They found Moros inside the disgusting insect mud, exactly as we dreamed. Professor Jacob wanted to keep the body for experiments, with the futile hope of finding a reason for the angle of the insects, but Moros' body still stays there in the mud. There's the end. 26/9/2011. I am stupid. Yes, definitely a fool. How could I fail to understand when I first heard it? The sounds, they are Morse code. Our brothers are calling us. I told Ashmerhead, and he agreed with me. We are going when our time comes. Okay, that's not interesting, I guess. So there's one more document that I found, but I want to find where. Since there are a lot of footprints by that table, it might be a good idea to check it out. See, that's what I was trying to do the whole thing, but there was that one space. That was my whole idea the whole time, so I had it right. Key! No stone unturned. Achievement. The talent key I found in the secret compartment inside the table. Let's hope it's for the, I don't know. Let's try it on... Let's get up first. Let's try it on the cabinet first. No. This won't work. Let's try that again. I don't think I can use this here. Let's try it on the door itself. That doesn't even work. So it's probably for the underground thing, but I don't want to go underground without protection. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. So, this is going to be the last thing we do, and then I'm going to have to end the video, because it's going a little over. That's all we need from this one, I think. Close. Now let's do the bottom one. What's that got in there? Basil leaves, geranium, heath aster, handbit, rue, Halbert's mine. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god, look at all these. I got handbit, I got rue, I got heath aster, basil, geranium. I got everything I need. Water, alcohol, and neem oil. Let's close this so we can get out of the way. There is no label on this one. There is no label on this one. Neem oil. I need to put something to put liquid in it. Alright. Alright, let's see what we can find. There's no label on this one. Alright, so next time we will figure out how to get the liquids in there, because obviously we know what we need. And we'll make the mixture and then see what we can do. Until then, peace out.